everyone. So I'm taking a ride around in Beijing just to show you what it's like. It's a nice hot sunny day out here. So what I wanted to talk about today, let's go ahead and get started. You'll see this traffic is pretty treacherous. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. But what I wanted to talk about, can you be successful in Beijing as an English teacher? Okay, well, as you know, that's the reason why most people come here to teach English. So, you're probably wondering, how can you climb up the hierarchy? How can you become successful at this particular profession? Or maybe you're not. The thing is, you could be either, you know, one of two types. You could be a tourist who's just teaching to sort of travel, and that's respectable as long as you know what you're getting into. And then there's, you know, somebody who's using this as a gateway to the profession. So, I'll tell you a bit about how I did it. Hold on. This is a really dangerous part. So, I'll tell you a bit about what I did. When I started here, I started somewhere around this area. I was you know, just your run-of-the-mill English teacher in a kindergarten. And that's what most people start out as here. You know, and in most places in the world where you're going to move abroad to teach, that's what you do. But of course, there are some professional teachers here, and there are some professional teachers in other countries as well. I started out as just a regular kindergarten teacher with really no experience, and the conditions were very poor. But I'll tell you what I experienced. Nice view out here today. I love it. I always love going around this part of town. There we go. Now we're on our way. All right, loving it. Okay, this is a nice area of town. I always love going through here, seeing how many electric bikes I can chase down. I wonder if I can find any. But as you know, we usually start out as English teachers, and that's what I was. But what I experienced is I eventually clambered up the chain. I got my certification in teaching, and you can do that here completely online. And you know, there are facilities in China that will help you get your certification completed. So no worries there. You can be in China and become a professional teacher, which is what I did. Since then, it's never been easy to really tell if what I was doing was progress. So, for instance, I got out of my crappy little kindergarten job and went to a training school, which was basically, it ended up being the same thing in effect, but it was a way different setup. It was a way different environment and schedule. My schedule was much more relaxed, I guess maybe because it was new, but also we were in after school program, so you had to work on weekends, and you know, that's not always pleasant. Let's see if I forgot where I'm going. Maybe I'll try this way, past this guy. But it wasn't all that bad. I had about 3 jobs before. Okay, so I went I started out, I was making the equivalent of approximately a little over $2,000 a month. And you know, I was paying my rent. Rent was pretty cheap. And well, it's gotten a bit more expensive since then, of course, but I've gotten my salary has consistently gone up, which is something you definitely want to look for if you're trying to become a professional teacher. I've been here for over 3 years, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do in the future because, you know, I've moved from having a routine and a structure to my life because I was a teacher. That's what I was. That's what I did. That's what I did with my time. Now that's kind of more up in the air because I'm running a business and things are less structured, but you have to create that structure. And believe me, that's not easy. And if you want to do that, you can definitely do that, but just keep in mind the struggles. You have to be very conscientious. You have to work hard. And, you know, that's not something I'm particularly good at, but I've trained myself to do it, overcoming a lot of my usual challenges, well, for instance, getting out here and doing these videos is something. I'm not usually the kind of person to do things in public that would kind of stand out. So this is a step for me as well. It helps me practice. Oh, it's this guy again. Yeah, I know a lot of this stuff looks like Final Destination waiting to happen. There we go. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think I'm on the right track. More or less. Am I though? That's where I'm supposed to be. So I kind of did this as a test to see if the audio would work out. Seems like it's going to be okay for now, at least until I can get something better. But yeah, I like where this channel is going. I want to continue it, so I just wanted to tell you guys what I'm gonna keep doing here. I would like to show you guys all the different parts of the city. You know, I'll never run out of places to show you because it's a huge place, but there's rural parts, there's really urban parts, there's fun parts, there's not so fun parts, there's rich parts, poor parts, all the parts you can imagine. You know, whoops. And there's places like this where you just kind of hang out, you go shopping, which is kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis now. I think I know where I'm going now. Let me show you guys where I usually go. You guys can find a lot of really cool stuff in the city. I don't know if you want to teach in a city, but it's definitely a different experience because I came from, let me see, sort of country background. Where am I? Have I lost it again? Shit. Get across here. I think I gotta go over one more block. Oh, there's a police station. I'll tell you guys some of the differences I've noticed, you know, between America, the US, and China. And, you know, try to generalize as much as I can. I know you're not all from America. Some of you from Australia, you know, mostly native English speakers want to move abroad and teach, you know, some others, but that's mostly who I cater to, so that's what I'm sort of focusing on. But everyone is welcome for sure. I know where I am now, but how do I get oh, I know, yeah, okay, got it. So I don't know if you guys can figure out what Beijing traffic is like, but it's fun to drive in. I like it. You know, I could go a lot faster in the US with a car, but this is fun too. You should try it sometime. Here we are. Some of my favorite restaurants around here. Up ahead we have Hollywood Cafe. I love that place. Cheap Western food, if you ever want some. And I do. I love it. And this plaza, love it as well. They've got what, the hotels, they've got a Subway, 7-Eleven, Burger King. They got everything you could want, you know, in the city here. And maybe you want to rough it too, that's okay. But just choose wisely, know what you're doing before you do it. Make a plan and stick to it, for God's sake. Like, you know, it's easy to think you're making a plan without actually knowing what you're doing. But here we are. Let me see. I'm just gonna park up here somewhere. This is where I usually go shopping. Carrefour. Yeah, there it is. All right. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm probably gonna go eat at Hollywood, and I'm gonna get some things I need for my apartment. Because my apartment is a mess. Maybe I'll show you that too. You know, Chinese people. I'll tell you a bit about the culture too. That's been a struggle. Living with Chinese people is, you know, they're messy. I'm just gonna say that, you know, but other people will verify that as well. You know, but it's just the same as living with anyone else. You just got to work out your differences, and that's going to be harder because of the language barrier. But hey, learn some Chinese. You know, that's what I've been doing, and you know, I'm still not very good at it, but I'm head and shoulders above most people who come here. I'll tell you that. And I don't hesitate saying that, because it's true. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.